And welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Speed Report, brought to you by 105 to Drive. I said I was going to give you a speed report. I didn't tell you when. I just said sometime this week. So here it is, and I hope you guys enjoy. A lot of action has happened in the last three series. We've had Roval. We've had Auto Club that's been raced, and just exciting action all through each series. So a lot to talk about. I'm alone in the booth right now, or in the studio right now, but soon will join me Fractured Chain, Speedy Driver, as well as guest on the show, Slothy, who will join us sooner than the other two will as they give their input on the series. So we'll give you a brief overview until they're able to join us and what's going on. By the way, feel free to include any comments or questions you may have that the Speed crew can consider. And by all means, please enjoy the chatter of my son as he explores all things life related, like the blinds that he is not supposed to be touching. So if you hear me periodically pause, then know that I'm doing something like parental like that. We thank you all for tuning in once again. Well, we had Auto Club and we had Charlotte Roval that were ran last season. Was no appearance of the Charlotte Rovals. The truck's first time at the Roval, but Auto Club last season was ran and in the trucks. And I tell you, this season's Auto Club in the trucks was much better than I expected or even thought would happen. It was an awesome race to watch. And so we had Foreign Whip with his debut in the truck series, gets a pole, finishes in the top three, finishes second in the race. We had Wesley win the race in the 78 car. And then for the Charlotte Roval, we had again Foreign Whip being fast. He would finish second again. Pennzoil would win this race, and Wesley would win the pole. It's just been a very exciting truck series to watch for those two races.
No, I'm back.
All right, and we have Back in Black with us, so he's going to help us break down stuff, aka Slothy, aka Slothy Black, aka whatever you want to call him, cherry picker, whatever you want to call him.
AKA
Anyway,
AKA 18 car hot rod.
everything but that. Okay, so so to get started in the truck series, man, you were able to be in the booth for the broadcast of the
Yes.
truck series for the Charlotte Roval. So, man, what was your takeaway from the Roval as we look at the drivers after that? What was
Take
your takeaway from
in
the
the
Roval?
at the Robo and the truck series, people just
Yeah.
need to be patient in the big trucks. 'Cause trucks are more wider and everything. They're more wider than a cup car. They're more wider than an Xfinity car. You can make moves, but you can't make aggressive moves like going like diving up the inside. Like we seen between the two letters, I think it was the 46 or the 50, the 54 and the 99. Pennzoil and I don't know
Ye-
who else it was.
Foreign whip. Yeah.
Yeah, Foreign Whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was them
Yeah.
two.
We did see that.
Yeah,
We did see quite a bit of that. Yeah. And I tell you, one thing I took note of was that in the truck series we didn't have but what, one caution maybe. I don't even think we had a one caution.
no
It
zero.
was really
No, it
good.
wasn't zero.
Everyone got spread out. We had wrecks. We definitely had wrecks,
Yeah,
but we only had one caution in or no cautions in that truck series. That was super exciting to see, considering that was the first time that the trucks had ever visited the Roval.
Y-
So that was interesting
that
to
was
to see.
that was the first time I've seen a saying, because I watched the live stream last week before last when Speedy went on and was hosting it, when y'all both was hosting it in the Trucks Next Grandy, and it was no caution. But in the Truck Series at Charlotte Roval, we had a lot of wrecks, but there was no wreck that could have been called a caution unless it been called like in 7 seconds. And nobody said keep it green. Everybody just said keep it green.
Sorry, I'm a little late, Cookie.
You all right? I'm feeling in.
That's fine. We have Speedy coming in. You just missed the first 5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I'm still in the middle of a race right now, so we'll see what happens.
Oh well, you know you ain't good at multitasking, so
I can do this.
I'll let you choose which one you want to do. Okay, yeah. So tune in to Speedy 12 Driver stream if you want to see what he's up to on iRacing. Him wrecking at Talladega. So
I'll say second. Thank you. I've been leading the whole thing.
Him and Fractured record at Talladega. Or other.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so I'm noticing. Do you guys see a trend here of a big three forming? Because we saw 2 straight races where Pennzoil, Wesley, and Foreign Whip have just been up front battling most of the time. Man, it's been really cool to see. Do you think this is the formation of a big three, or is this just how these guys are racing?
Yes, this will be a formation of big three. Pencil's already. He can come into a cup car, and I can tell you this, and go out and finish like top 3, top 4 finish in a cup car.
Yeah, Speedy, what you think? Have you wrecked yet?
I'm not sure. What was your thing again? What was your question again? I had other people in my ear at the moment.
Do you think that the Pennzoil, Wesley, and Foreign Whip battles that we've seen in the past 2 races, is this the formation of a big three in the Truck Series, or is this just how it's turned out so far?
We'll have to see. I mean, each race will bring a different challenge. We'll see it. They might. I would like to see them keep it up. It'd be pretty nice. But I'd also like to see someone come up and knock them off their little pedestals too. Get some more trucks in the battle.
Yeah, you know, when the season first started, I thought Beloved might be that truck, but Beloved has kind of fallen just a little bit of late. Obviously, the schedule doesn't help with Roval, and now the truck's headed back to the Oval at Martinsville, which we'll talk about in a second. But maybe we'll see. We'll see. Beloved has time, but we'll have to see if he can get himself in that battle and in that discussion of, a big 4 maybe, or breaking up this big 3 that has started to form in the Truck Series. As we well know, Truck Series cap before the chase starts 400 points. We're already at over 100 points in the Truck Series, so let's start talking chase picture. Here is your top 6. If the chase were to start right now, here's who would advance to the chase. Pennzoil by win. Foreign Whip, who is 19 points back. Beloved, 25 points back, tied with Wesley, but Wesley has a win, so he automatically advances in the 4th spot. Wolfpack, 36 points back, and Terrier, 41 points back. But Terrier is tied with Stormstark, who's also 41 points back. So you can kind of say Stormstark, Terrier, although Terrier would get the upper hand at this point. So let's look at this Pennzoil racer, guys. Is he a for sure, threat for a championship? Or
yeah,
what's your take on Pennzoil's performance so far?
Pennzoil, if he keeps on doing what he's doing, yes, he will be a threat for this championship. He's learned stuff. He's learned stuff the way I race. And he's learned stuff the way that I don't race. Like putting an aggressive move in a water truck. I don't do that. If there's a hole there, I'll take it. But if there's a hole not there, I will not make one. But yes, he will end up being a runner for this championship. And he could be the big favorite for this championship, too.
Nice. Speedy, what's your thoughts on what you've seen from Pennzoil so far?
Um, Unfortunately, I missed the last race. But I think he's showing really good speed. I just think he needs to just keep his head down, just keep trying to be there, try to keep learning, try to keep the speed up, just try to be there at the end on every race, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eye on old Pennzoil. He's got him a win. He's got him a third place finish at Auto Club, which was awesome to see him hawk down those leaders that were battling. That was Wesley and Foreign Whip, and have an opportunity to catch them. So we'll see. He seems like the strategist type, and we know that strategy as the chase looms and the races get a lot more strategic. We know strategy is going to be a favorite in winning a championship. Let's go to our second place driver, Foreign Whip. He's in the 54 truck, the 54 Toyota. Looks really, really solid. So if Pennzoil is definitely a threat to win the championship, then where do we fit Foreign Whip in? Can he be a contender to Pennzoil like we've seen so far? Can this guy keep it up?
Yes. If this guy keeps his head down, like everybody tells me, keep my head down, keep racing. Yes, he can be a contender. He can actually go. He actually, look what he did. He ran down Pennzoil at the Roval, and Pennzoil had like a 4 second lead, and forward ran him down. I think Foreign Whip is going to be a contender for Pennzoil.
All right, Speedy, what's your take on Foreign Whip? He's
He's
been very impressive.
really, really impressive. He's just got to keep it up and try to keep the bad luck from happening and see if he can be one of the ones to really compete for the championship.
Yep, that's exactly right, little man. That's what I said. Foreign Whip is being very consistent. It reminds me a lot of Paintbrush. Paintbrush, well, he went through a streak there where he would finish second. He has a lot of second place finishes. But one time I told him in a conversation, I said, keep knocking on the door and that door will answer. And it answered in a big way for Paintbrush last season for him to win the Cup Series championship. This guy, he keeps knocking on the door with those second place finishes. He's averaging second place because he only has 2 starts. And he has second in both those starts. So he's off to an excellent start in the series. Beloved in the 24 truck.
Yep.
Again, we talked about Beloved earlier. Beloved, kind of a mediocre start, I think, to his standards for the truck series. What do you think is missing that's keeping Beloved from getting up front and challenging for these wins?
I think that Beloved has to end up practicing before the race with some people that help him get faster at the track. Like saying, like, where we at this week for the truck series, Cookie?
Martinsville.
Martinsville. Martinsville is a time between a 19.9, a 1999 and a 20.2. You gotta be right between that thing to be a fast truck. In the Cup cars, it's a high 19. It's a low 19.9, like a 19.5. In the Xfinity car, it's the same thing. It's like a 19.8. But if he gets more practice out of these tracks, I think he can be a contender. But he's got to get by Pennzoil in the 50 in that 99 truck, and he's got to get by the 54 truck.
Speedy, you've raced with Beloved for quite some time now. He's a veteran in KMR. He's been around for a long time. He's won races. What does he have to do to get that monkey off his back? It's been a very, very, very Did I say very? I think I said very. But if I haven't said it enough, very
Long
long
time.
time since Beloved has been close to victory lane.
Um,
So
he's just got to keep doing what he's doing. Just try to keep working on his pit strategies. Keep working on his setups. Just everything he's doing, just keep doing it. Just keep trying to get better. As long as he keeps trying to get better and keeps working on getting better and whatnot, I think he'll be their contender when it comes down to it. If he can just keep himself in the position he needs to be in.
yeah. All right, so that's Beloved. He's sitting third, but he's gonna have to get it going soon because he has some fast drivers behind him. Speaking of fast drivers, Wolfpack Wesley in that fourth position. Now Wesley already has a win. He won Auto Club. That is a bad fast truck. He is super fast. And probably the only reason why he doesn't have the lead right now in points or sit in second or higher in points is because he didn't run the Daytona truck race, did he? I don't think he ran the Daytona truck race. I think Auto Club was his first race, if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken. I think Auto Club was his
I
first
think
race.
Auto Club was
In
also
any
his
case,
first race too.
yeah. So
Yep, just got
based
killed.
on the speed we saw, uh, man, what's your thoughts on Wesley? We called him in mixed in with that big three. What do you think he can do as far as chase
What's
performance?
is he a Toyota as well? There, Kiki?
I think um he's what, the 78.
If he's a
I
seven,
think he has a custom. He's a custom truck, 75 or something like that. I think he is Toyota though.
yeah, he's the Toyota. He's a 70. He's a 68. He's a he's a Toyota. But Wesley, he's fast at mile and a halves. If he gets his stricter plate program, if he can get his strict, if I ain't seen him at stricter plate, I ain't saying he's a good leader at stricter plates. But if I know he's fast at a mile and a half. But he needs to work on his progress program because I ain't seen him there. And I seen him there. Just a truck row, I seen him at the road courses. He's working on his road course program and his short track program. Because they're both like almost the same. If you know how to gear down out coming out of a corner of the road course, you can gear down at the short track. But I think Wesley, if he can get them two things down, he can go and get it done.
All right. Speedy, we've seen Wesley in 2 races. Perform really well. A win and in the conversation for top 3. So your thoughts on Wesley's performance?
He's been showing good speed and whatnot. He's just gotta keep trying to stay focused, keep his head cool, just keep making the right changes on pit road and whatnot, and just keep staying in it. I mean, that's what all these drivers gotta do. Not one driver is better than the other. It's just everybody's just got to keep doing what they're doing. Just keep trying to be there at the end and just go for points. I mean, yeah, try to go for the wins, but also just try to be there when it counts to finish the race.
Wesley will overtake Beloved. He's tied with Beloved, so has a possibility, let's put it like that, to overtake Beloved and get himself into the top 3. They are tied currently in points. So Wesley in the chase, Beloved trying to stay in the hunt for the chase. Let's talk about our next driver, Wolfpack. Wolfpack in the
I think he
46.
46 Toyota
46.
KMB.
Yep, he's in the 46. Now Wolfpack he started off hot, ran in the Daytona race, looked really good, and now looks to have cooled off just a little bit. What's the take on Wolfpack? Is it a scheduling deal, or is it something where competition is starting to match or overcome his driving? What are your thoughts with Wolf right now?
I think it's more of he just needs to schedule practicing with his teammates, the 18, and stuff like that. The four.
Okay, y'all got a copy?
Yeah.
Slothy? All right, we seem to be having some technical difficulty with Slothy. He was mentioned in team practice. One thing I've seen is just I think scheduling has a lot to do with his current woes. I mean, the woe at Roval. I don't think we're going to continue to see that kind of performance out of him as time goes on. I think he'll be able to recover and show some speed as we get back to ovals. We'll be on ovals for a while. Martinsville, Vegas, Eldora, Iowa, Kansas, all ovals. So we'll get a chance to see what he's able to do. Our next road course will be Canadian Tire, way down in week 10, and more than likely, probably very, very close, if not already into the chase. So I think Wolfpack will be able to overcome his current woes and struggles. We also know that he was called up to the X Series, so I think he'll do pretty good. Speedy, what are your thoughts on him, his performance so far?
He's been showing good speed in everything he's driven so far. Um, he's been showing good racing on the track, not getting too aggressive, not being too rough. Um, like I said, showing a lot of speed. Had some decent finishes. He's just got to keep it up.
Yep, for sure. I'm gonna see if I can make sure I get uh try to make sure I get our other guy in here. Keep him in here.
But if you don't mind, I'm going to
That
take
was
me a small
sloppy.
break real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll hold it down. Yeah, you wrecked, didn't you?
Yeah, I got turned with like 3 to go.
Tried to tell you,
I
man.
was I
Tried
was
to
setting
tell
in the
you.
lead too.
It's okay.
The truck on the outside came down and door checked me going down the back stretch and sent me right to the inside wall.
And so there you have it, guys. That's what it sounds like when you have led a race for quite some time and then that happens to you. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So he's going to take a break. In the meantime, we're going to continue to talk about our next driver in line, the final driver in the chase right now. Well, our final driver actually legitimately in the chase. And we don't have a number for him, but he is the 09 of Terrier. Griffin Terrier has ran a couple races of KMR before as a sub, now getting his opportunity to run full time as a driver in the truck series and also in the X series, which we'll get to that in a minute. And has done pretty decent. Obviously, we understand Charlotte Roval is not his thing. Now he has an opportunity to prove what he can do at an oval and solidify his spot in the top 6 because he is tied with Storm Stark right now, who is right now eligible for team points, sitting in 7th place outside of the chase mark, technically. And so Terrier puts a little pressure on him. Terrier needs to have a good performance at Martinsville to keep himself alive. Storm Stark is here sitting in 7th place and can use those team points. So, but Storm Stark will not be in the car, so hopefully they'll be able to get a sub and be able to keep Storm Stark in the chase running. If so, this will be the 2nd straight chase appearance by Storm Stark since she has come in. That's right, I did say she has come into the league, getting a chase berth in the Cup Series in her first rookie season, and then when the transition was made, possibly getting a 2nd straight chase berth here in the Truck Series, which will go a long way in her opportunity to get called up to the upper series. If I were to call any driver to take a look at as far as a driver that's outside of the chase mark, but still has an opportunity. There is one driver I have to comment on, and they are the 54. Is it the 54? 50, 51? I'll know when I see the number. So, uh, it's not 54. 50. It's got to be 51. Anyway, and that is Wool Tortoise. Wool Tortoise has done an awesome job. He did an excellent job at Roval, finishing really well. As a matter of fact, finishing third. It did not stop there. He had success all weekend long. Wool Tortoise has Cup experience, but he is really making strides here. And if he continues to do what he's doing, he's 56 points back. But if you look in chase at the chase mark, he has 56 points. The last spot points number is 41. He has 65 to 80. He is not far out of the chase mark. He has some time to make a difference. And if he continues on what he's doing, he's going to knock someone out of the chase and he's going to enter himself. So, Wool Tortoise, keep it up. So, if you're wondering where the Truck Series is headed next, Martinsville, the half mile, is where the Truck Series will be running. So, tune in to Jaron Hazen Twitch channel for the live coverage of Martinsville. Not under the lights. It'll be daytime Martinsville, but fun nonetheless as these drivers head into the half mile. Guess who's back? It's the Black. Back in Black is back.
I had a little technical difficulty with the router upstairs, up here in my room.
Got you.
I had to I had to run and grab me a new Ethernet cable, plug into it.
So we're talking about now the team point standings real quick. KBM leads the team points 200 to Thor Racing's Thor Sports 180. Do you think that KBM will be able to hang on? Do you think that Thor Sport with Pennzoil will be able to get yourself back in, or can Beloved or somebody else find their way up?
KBM's going to hang. They got how many trucks on track?
I think they got 2.
They got 2 trucks on track to count to 1 Pennzoil, to 1 Thor Sport truck. I think Pennzoil's pretty much, unless he gets a teammate or something. He needs a teammate to catch him back up, catch him points back up. He needs 2 trucks on the track.
Okay. We'll have to keep on that. Keep an eye on that. And I do agree with you. I think Thor Sport, though, is in range if
they mess up.
Because he's a single car team. Right. And then with Pennzoil being a single car team, if he can win, he gets, the team finish, so that's going to help with his points as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Before we move on to the X Series, our viewers out there, we thank you very much for viewing the Speed Report here on 105 The Drive. And if you have any comments, guys, please be sure to send any comments in, and the Speed Crew will chat with you. And so we're going to send it over to the X Series now. And the X Series was just as interesting as the Cup Series was. It was just as interesting. So pulling up the X Series stats now. The X Series has not seen quite the success that we have seen out of the trucks and out of the Cup when it comes to attendance, but we have had enough that it has been very exciting racing. We saw really good racing, even 3 wide, as crazy as that sounds, even 3 wide at the Roval. We saw very good 3 and 4 wide racing at Auto Club. So the racing is there, and so it was fun to watch that. You had an opportunity to run in that Roval race. You were able to win that Roval race, so congratulations. What are your thoughts on, though, the racing overall for the other drivers that were in that race? From what did you take away from that series?
I ended up taking away somebody it could possibly get a berth into the playoffs. Because remember, it's the win and you're in. I ended up saying here it's time for me. Cookie just sent me an invite, and time to go bushwhack some people.
Okay.
And I ended up going, and you seen what I did. I went around the outside on turn one, just taking off, and then the caution came out right when I was in the lead. But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but if they would get more calmer about making an aggressive move, like Beloved tried to move me down, like down the inside, and all them, they would try to move me like, going down my inside before I enter one almost, and I would about to call a break a line on them. If they would be more patient and let get spaced out, like just like a few seconds, and then charge like where they can make passes and everything, they could come and catch somebody. I think my closest competition in that race was Wool Tortoise in that two car.
Yeah, I agree with you. Wool Tortoise was fast, and we're going to get to him in a second. So don't go away from that conversation, as Wool Tortoise was able to snag a second place to you. So he was really, really fast so far. So
I
if we
am
look at the
back, Cookie,
schedule, which
just
we'll
so
get
you know.
into. Oh, okay. When we look at the schedule, so we're gonna be looking at here soon. The X Series will join the Cup Series at the Glen, so we look forward to seeing that. Yet another road course is going to test the ability of these guys. And let me say this before I move forward for anyone that will view this in the future that is in any of the three series or any of the lower series. I do want to say this, especially you trucks guys. Quite a few of you guys have been called up to the X Series, and that is great. That shows that you're performing well and everything. So when you get called up, you do not have. It's not mandatory that you run both the series. Obviously, if you're in contention and you want to fight for a championship, be my guest. But if you say, hey, I've been called up, I really want to focus on the X Series now, I'll leave the trucks, that is perfectly fine as well, because it allows opportunity for new drivers to come in and make their start and their debut. So don't feel bad if you make the decision, just let me know and we can make the adjustment there. In any case, let's get back to it. And so let's start going through the running order. In the X Series, 9 drivers will proceed to the chase. And so far we've got Hair Bear Beloved in second, Wool Tortoise in third, Wolfpack in fourth, Terrier in fifth, Pennzoil Racer in sixth, Woozy Emu in seventh, Southern Boy in eighth, Dale Jr. in ninth, Josh the Game in 10th, Omari in 11th, and Mixer Ice in 12th, with one spot open for a new driver to join, which the invitation has already been put out for a call up for a particular driver. I won't reveal who that is. You'll just have to wait and see on the racetrack. But in any case, we've seen that the only winner who is legitimate to the series this season so far has been Hair Bear in that CMR 27. I don't think I have that 27 there. No, it's 99. So pretend like there's a 27 right there. Guys, Hair Bear is finally having the success that we knew he could have long time ago. What has been the difference between this season and in seasons past?
Um, he's more calmer this season, and plus, I think his lag has been fixed. It's just lags every now and then. His lag has been fixed. Like at Daytona, when he was lagging in front of me, Cookie, I told him, I just said, Herbert, would you please move your lagging? And guess what he does? He just went straight to the outside and let me go under him. He's more calmer this year. This year. And if he keeps on fixing that lag where he'll stay in races, like in the X race, it's only what 25%,
Yeah.
and the Cup series is a 50%er. We're doing twice as many laps than what they're doing. But if he keeps on fixing this lag problem that he has with a little bit of surge, I think he's going to be a bye-bye, see you later because he's got CMR. And plus, Cookie, I've been trying to help you all. So sometimes
Yep.
when I can, I've been trying to help y'all. So I'm helping Hair Bear. Like I'll get in the race, like at the Glen. I'll get in a party before the race, and I'll get Hair Bear over in the party, and I'll talk to him. I said, and then I'll go to live stream, and I'll say, break here, break there. It'll help you. And guess what he does? He follows my lead and breaks at them points.
So he's really learning from
Yes,
how to run those, how to
road
run that.
course.
Speedy, what have you seen? Speedy has been a big difference or a big change for Hair Bear.
Um, he's shown more speed. He's improving. He's always stuck it out until he has an issue. He's never just get one to give up and back out. He's been sticking it out. He's always done. He's improving on speed. He's working well with teammates. He's showing he can fight. And as long as he can keep doing that and just keep focusing on just trying to be there at the end, just keep working on his speed, keep working on his pit stops and stuff, I think he'll be one to contend
Oh
with
Lord.
as the season goes on.
Yeah, I do have to say I'm a very, very happy team owner because Hair Bear has done really good and he is leading the points. And I know he has to feel good when he looks at the point standings and says, hey, that's my name on the top of the point standings and not him battling simply for a chase spot in the Cup Series. He's actually there in this X Series leading, which is something I kind of expected. And sitting second place, speaking of being satisfied or happy with their performance, sitting second place in that number 3 car for RCR in the X Series. I know I didn't pass that 3. I know it's a 3 he drives. What's he racing in the X Series? No, he's not racing a 3. I'm sorry, he's in the 10.
He's in the 10, and then RCR.
And that's not an RCR, yeah.
car.
But it's a Chevy. It's whatever.
Affiliated
it's
to the RCR car. It's affiliated.
All right, close
car.
enough. Close enough. That's Beloved. Beloved sitting second. Guys, can Beloved stick it out and contend for this championship? Do you see in the long run Beloved contending for a championship in this series? Or will this be a situation where he's been here every race and that's giving him the points advantage?
Speedy, you go ahead. I gotta step away for a second. My dog's going crazy.
As long as he can keep doing what he's been doing all season, keep fighting, try to keep getting faster, continue just being there at the right time, doing good on pit stops, doing good in races, I think he'll be one to contend with. I mean, he's been growing ever since he started racing with us, and he's improved a lot since the first time he's raced with us, and he just keeps improving, and that's all he can do is just keep trying, keep working on it, keep getting better, keep getting faster, and putting himself in the position he needs to be putting himself in to be there at the end of the races.
Yeah, looking at his stats, he has a pole, and he has 3 top 5s in 3 races. So he has finished top 5 in each of the 3 races that have been ran, which is really, really good for his overall performance and everything. The question is, when the chase starts, of course, the cap 500 points for the X Series, they're already at 167. So with the kind of streak that's going on, Beloved's really going to have to stay with it. And we'll see what he's able to do in the chase in that number 10 affiliated RCR car.
Yeah. It's a number 10, and number 11 is also the teammate car to that car.
Got you. All right, so next up is Wool. And I'm trying to remember.
And he's the number 2.
Wool's in the 5th.
No.
Is Wool the 2?
Wool is the 2.
Wool's the 2?
Yep.
Oh,
It's the 2.
okay. Wool is the 2, and he is an RCR
CR
car. I knew
car.
somebody was an RCR, yeah.
See,
Wool is
next.
sitting in third place with 96 points. He's sitting third. Guys, Wool Tortoise is sitting third place in the point standings in a KMR series. We just have to take a minute on that one. We know Wool, Speedy, Slothy, we've ran with Wool.
Yes.
We've battled with Wool. We put Wool a lap down. We've even been wrecked by Wool at some point in time.
Like I got, like Cookie. Me and you both got wrecked at Daytona by Wool last year.
Yeah, I got wrecked at Watkins Glen by Wool. You know, it's just taken clean out. And this is the same guy that's now sitting in third place in the point standings. And not only that, but when you look at his performance at the Roval, he really performed well at the Roval. So well now that he was used as a sub and did a good job in that race as well. Is Wool for real, or is this just a hot streak?
I think this is just a hot streak. Did you see how far he was behind me? He could stay with me. He could stay with a car for a couple of laps, and then his car just falls off for some reason. Like he's pushing his car too hard. You seen what I was doing out front whenever you was in the lobby with us, Cookie. You was actually in the party with us, calling the race.
Yep.
And you see what his car did after like 2 or 3 laps. I just set sailed. I just taken off. But in them 2 or 3 laps, me and him was either bumper to bumper, or he was trying to make a pass down my inside, and I had to get on the gas early to get up off the corner to get back in front of him. But if he keeps on, and if he just needs to practice. I know he's an RCR and a CMR affiliated driver, but him and Beloved and all of them, and CMR and RCR just needs to get together, and I can help with the lower series cars. Get them where they will go in for a long run like mine did. Mine went in for a long run because I had a looser car. And I just let it come to me. As the car got looser, I got quicker.
All right, so Slothy is offering his services for all those that are out there that want some practice. Speedy, is Wool for real, or is this just a hot streak?
I don't know. We'll just. I wish I could say it's just a hot streak. I wish I could say it's him getting faster and being consistent the way he needs to be. But only time will tell. I mean, sometimes it can be a long season, it could be a short season, it could be anything, and he's just got to keep doing what he's doing, keep putting himself in the positions he's putting himself in, keep showing the speed he's showing, and we'll see what happens in the future. I mean, he could get some bad luck and get wrecked, and everything turn around. You never know.
That is absolutely true. Right now, his performances has given him a third place in the points right now, and we'll just keep an eye on what he can do as the season progresses. Now we go to Wolfpack, who's sitting fourth place. Yeah, what number is Wolfpack? I don't remember.
Don't ask me.
Help me out. Ain't he the 98? Is he the 98? Wolfpack. Is he? What number is he?
I think he is.
51?
I think he's a 51. I can go check on the schedule. I can go check on the roster real quick.
Is it up there on the roster?
I think it should be because you have the cup drummers on there on the cup points.
No, I don't have their car numbers. Anyway, Wolfpack's doing good. He's sitting fourth place. He's 6 points out of third right now. Obviously, quite a bit of.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah, that's what I said. Obviously, quite a bit of distance between fourth place and first. But with maximum points on the win being 65, you can catch up relatively quickly. Wolfpack again was able to be called up. He's sitting fourth place.
He got called up
Is
for
this
a
a
choke.
situation? Is this a situation where Wolfpack should focus simply on the X series with where he is in trucks, or should he continue to work hard between both the series?
Yeah, I think he should work hard between both the series, make him better. But as of now, Wolfpack has been called up and will be on standby for me or Dale this weekend because I don't know if I'm gonna make it back from work. But if he does, I think he's gonna be a threat at the road courses in the Cup Series because you've seen how quick he was. He stuck with me for a little bit. He stuck with me for a little
Yeah,
bit there. He's real quick on the road courses. I think he can give Nightball and them run for their money in SHR in the Cup Series at a road course. If he can drive his car like I've been teaching to some of the lower series drivers, like me and Wolfpack races together in another league. Me and him's been working together. Me and him's actually teammates in that league in Fords, and I'm not. Next year I'm going back to my Toyota, but we have been working good, and that's why he's been running like he is, like he's in fourth in points right now, because I've been helping him.
Okay. We look at Wolfpack statistics. He's one top five, two top tens in 2 races. He has 5 call-up points. So he has a little work to do. And all of these drivers in the X Series have a lot of work to do before they're going to be called up to the Cup Series, which we'll talk about that right at the end. We'll talk about what the X Series drivers have to do at the end of this segment, what the X Series drivers have to do to get called up to the Cup. But he has 5 for those that are taking notes. And it's looking pretty decent. We'll see what he can do at Watkins Glen to try to increase those percentages. And we'll talk about one more driver in the point standings right now that's in that chase mark, and that's Terrier. Again, Terrier, no stranger to KMR. He's subbed a few times, doing pretty decent in the truck series as well. And now here in the X Series, 80 points. He's 10 points back out of fourth. He's 16 points out of third, and can really put pressure on these guys. I think if it wasn't for the fact that next race is a road course.
Yeah, he does
road
not.
courses and Terrier do not get along. No,
That's
they
why
don't get
tomorrow
along at
I'm
all.
practicing with him.
Yeah,
I-
he's gonna need practice
know
and
it.
probably 2 or 3 backup cars.
Yeah, but
'Cause,
as of now, Fracture talked to Terrier, and where he is going to be in the custom car. We needed a 4th car because there's 4 cars usually on JR Motorsports. He will actually be the 4th car for the team. He is in the 09. When I come in as a hot seat, I'll probably end up driving the 9 car unless someone else takes it. Well, if he gets practice, like I know he can because he's off all day tomorrow. He could be a contender for the championship. He can actually go out and win the Glen if he wants to.
Interesting. That's very interesting. Speedy, your comments on that?
He's been doing really good, showing a lot of speed. Just got to keep it up and make sure he can stay out of the cautions and avoid mistakes, and he could be really one that can really mess some things up for some other people.
Yeah, I think so very much. All right, so that's your top 5 drivers in this. Of course, again, Pennzoil, Woozy, Southern, and Dale are all in the chase right now. That will change as time goes on, trust me. And as far as call-ups, we also have some drivers that have not made their debut into the X Series that will be soon. Slothy, the gang that you have offered for them to come in, they should be making their debut soon.
Yeah, Zach Attack, I told him it was a Glen this week. And he says, "All right, JGR car open." I said, "The 19. I was 19 for hot seat, but the 19 is open if you want to be a affiliate JGR driver." He will probably end up driving the 19 in the X Series because Gator has to
Okay.
run the trucks.
All right. So we have a couple that will possibly make their debut, so we look forward to that. Next race is the Glen. Here's the schedule for the next few races for the X Series. The Glen, Martinsville, Vegas, Iowa, Kansas, ISM, Indianapolis is what you can look forward to as the series continues its run. Looking at the team points, RCR leads CMR and Kuleg Racing with 215. CMR and the third place team 190 points respectively. They are tied. SHR in fourth with 125. Me personally, guys, I think that CMR can come back and get that top spot in the team points. But obviously, I'm being biased because that's my team. Uh, so, Slothy, who you think is gonna be able to top the team points, or will
Who's the top
RCR be
three
able to hang
again?
on to this lead? RCR, CMR, and I think it's Colleague Racing.
Uh,
The 10. The 10,
yeah, 10,
27, and
yeah,
RCR.
the 10 and the 27. Uh, I think it's going to be between the CMR and RCR cars for right now because our team, Terrier at where we run Chevrolets and Xfinity, Terrier don't have an extra extra teammate out there to race with unless one of our Cup drivers come for a hot seat, and we don't get points. We don't even get points for the place we finish, guys. But he'll need an extra teammate. That's why we're looking to bring either Zach will either drive the 19, or he'll jump over into one of the Xfinity rides that I drive and run it full time, and then I'll just go to the 19 or to another Chevy as a teammate. Because we ain't made our
Okay.
decision for Zach.
All right. Again, those that are watching in the stream, feel free to leave a comment,
Fracture's watching.
question, or something that we want to consider. And if it's fractured, get out of my stream. I don't want you in here. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Always welcome. I'm pretty sure that'll get a comment out of him. Oh boy. Oh,
You're about to go Cookie. You're about to make World War III out of fracturing you.
oh, buddy. Again, let's. I just want to make mention about the call-up points. For these X Series drivers, it's going to take some time for them to move up to Cup. It was very easy for them to move between the trucks and X Series, respectively. That's going to be simple. Moving from the X Series to that Cup Series is a completely different story. And so call-up points are going to be crucial. So leading the call-up points right now, obviously, from those that have ran so far, leading the call-up points right now, Wool Tortoise leading the points with 10. We have a lot of fives. Terrier with 5. We have Wolfpack with 5. We have Southern with 5. Continue to battle with those team points and everything. That's going to be big. Woozy Emu with 1 point. He can do better than that. Josh with 1 point. He can do much better than that. So keep up with the battle, and you can see yourself in the Cup Series running with the big dogs and having a chance, especially next season, to battle for a Cup championship. And so our final segment, without further ado, the Cup Series, the Big Dog Series, the Top Dogs, whatever you want to call them. You can call them anything but lame. So, yeah.
I calls
We
a top
saw a
dog.
very, very slow. the type of race that we thought we'd see out of the trucks or out of the X Series is what we saw in the Cup. Slow, quite a few cautions, quite a few pace laps, and a white flag shootout. But I tell you, this Cup Series has been anything but predictable. Last season, it was basically nightfall, basically. There was a lot of nightfall. There was some speedy in there. There was some paintbrush in there, mostly nightfall. And then in the chase, it was kind of, I don't feel like showing up. Okay, I'll show up for this race, win it, and then I'll go hide in a cave until it's time to try and win a championship. We saw SHR dominate and then get to the end, and we saw Nightfall not able to get it done. We saw Paintbrush win his first championship. That was all last season. This season, it has not been predictable. Nightfall comes out and makes us think, this guy's going to go for another championship run, winning the Daytona 500. But then we go to Auto Club. Amari wins. Nightfall's not even in the top 3 because he didn't race that race. And then we go to the Roval, and Dopey Lion is able to steal, and that's Swift, by the way, is able to steal a win at the Roval. What are you guys, your thoughts on this season so far?
You go ahead.
So far it's been a really good season. Give me a second, just kind of adjusting something. It's been really good. I hate that I've missed a race or so, but unfortunately, life kind of gets involved for myself. But I know the racing's been good. The racing's been fun, challenging with this new game, trying to learn it. I think we got more excitement coming as we go throughout the season.
Yeah, Slothy, how has this season been for you, man?
I think it's been pretty good. It's a comeback year for me because after last year, and I went to that internet drought. Went through that internet drought where I didn't have no internet, and I know that I could have had a potential to go and get Nightfall now at like Daytona and stuff like that on Forza 6. Now it's time for me just to put my head down, and do what I was going to do last year and go run down SHR.
All right. And so we look at the point standings right now. Obviously, a lot more in detail. This is one of the benefits of being in the Cup Series. You get a detailed point series chart because the owner is lazy and doesn't feel like doing this for all 3 series. So, yeah, we see our winners so far, Dopey, Zesty, Amari, Nightfall so far this season have got wins and are locked into the chase. Obviously in the Cup Series, 12 slots enter into the chase. So we have Dopey, Zesty, Slothy, Amari, Nightfall, Paint, Fractured, Hair Bear, Ghost, Sam, JP, and Speedy rounding out the top 12. The biggest mover of the weekend in points, 6 spots gained by Fractured Chain, thanks to his sub, who had an awesome comeback finish, and that would be Wool Tortoise. He did an excellent job. So let's talk about our top 6 in points. Dopey is the points leader, guys, right now. 210 points. He's 35 points ahead of second place. He finally gets himself to victory lane after over 2 seasons of just not being able to get there. Is Swift or Dopey, is he a legitimate threat to win this title this season?
Yeah, I would say he is. I'd say like at least the top 5. Cause I've been running consistently. I've been running top 3, top 4. Besides for the last race, I got wrecked out almost by my teammates subs. I've been almost got wrecked out by them. So if I can get back on my thing where I can finish top 3, top 5s, SHR is not going down probably without a fight. It's probably
Okay, we're gonna get to you in a minute. We're talking about Slothy right now. I mean, we're talking about Swift right now.
yeah, he is.
Slothy.
Yeah, he's going to be a big contender for this championship.
Yeah, Speedy. We saw this last season where, Dopey was able to have the lead, for the regular season, almost winning the regular season points championship, losing it to Paintbrush, and then in the chase, it just didn't seem like that same intensity was there all the way through, even though he was able to get himself into the final four. It was marked the second season that he got to the final four via only points without any wins. Now that he has a win, do you think that changes his outlook or his ability in the postseason to be able to get a win when it counts there?
Um, he's got the speed. He's got um the know-how to race. He's just got to keep his temper down. He's got to keep his cool. He's got to not be aggressive and just show his speed. Don't let his teammates overrule him and whatnot, and try to. I don't know if there's team orders or anything like that going on or at whatnot with that team, but he needs to race for himself, do what he can do, because he's got speed, he's got talent. He's just got to be able to race for himself and be there. He can win races. He's done it. He's got to win already. He's just got to keep it up.
Yeah, I echo that sentiment. I think he has what it takes, but I will say this: if he can't win in the postseason, then the Final Four is as far as he's gonna get. He's not gonna get past the Final Four before. And I'm just sitting here chilling. We don't know who the heck we talking about. What car he drives? He drives a 10 car, y'all. 10 car. All right, we're following a 10 car. Okay. But he is as far as he goes. He's not going to go any further before he before he fizzles out there. So if he's going to have a shot to win a title, he's got to be able to win races, especially in the postseason. Let's go to, now that I'm aware of what's going on, let's go to the next car in line, the second place car, Zesty.
Four car.
Yeah. Zesty is man, he's looking really, really good as well. He's moved up a position in the points, taking over second place. He struggled a bit early in the Roval, but overall has looked good in these 3 races so far. Zesty, when he first came into the league, was my pick to really do something in KMR as far as winning a championship. I thought he was one of the only ones that could hang with Nightfall. And we saw last season where he was able to get to the Final Four. Can he be a challenge to that Final Four this season? Or are we going to see more of the same as from Zesty as far as his performance, especially late in the season?
Speedy, go ahead. I'm messaging somebody.
Um, he's got a lot of speed. He's got a lot of talent. Again, he just needs to just keep trying, keep racing for himself, keep put himself in the positions he's put himself in. Avoid the bad luck that could possibly come to anybody at any point in time, and yeah, he could be one of the ones contending for the championship at the end of the season. We'll just have to wait and see.
I gotta agree with you there. Agree with there, Speedy. If he don't get out of bad luck for like one race trim, like if he gets into several races with bad luck, then he could be looking for a desperate have to go out there and at least have to win a race to lock himself in.
Well, he is locked in now.
Yeah, he is locked in now, but if he keeps on with like bad luck and stuff, like his teammates are the 10, the 4, the 10, the 4, and the 14. 14 right now for SHR. Alright. They if they don't want to communicate together, like how to pit and stuff, and stuff and leave him out, hang out to dry, you're gonna see the 4 car probably dropping points.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we haven't seen that quite yet, so we'll have to keep our eye on that. But Zesty has looked good so far and everything. We thank you guys. Those that are just tuning in to 105 The Drive. This is the speed report, the well-anticipated speed report that took 2 weeks to get done. Sorry, but here it is, and we appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Let's talk about the man who, the hour, the one who really is the only important driver in KMR, if you ask him. The one who is joining us today, the one who has done so much, the one who's driving the 18 car, the one who's done everything that he has needed to do. You are driving the 18 car, right?
Yes, I am driving an 18 car.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. It'd be bad if I said all of that and then you wouldn't drive the 18 car. But anyway, the driver of the 18 car, Slothy. So Slothy, you're not allowed to say anything because obviously that would be biased. Speedy. Is this Slothy's comeback year? Is this where he brings Toyota to the brink of a championship?
If he keeps the speed up, keeps showing the speed he's been showing, keeps being consistent, keeps getting the finishes he's been getting. Yeah, it very well could be. He's got the speed, he's got the talent, he's just got to be there and keep himself cool. Don't overreact in really heavy situations, and yeah, he could very well possibly take the championship from anybody.
Yeah, let's throw some stats at you, just to show how special this moment is, at least through the first 3 races. The last time Slothy, well, first of all, Slothy's sitting 3rd place. He did drop a position, but he's sitting 3rd place in points, 43 points out of the lead. 43 points. A win is 75 points. He's 43 points out of the lead. The last time Slothy was this high in the point standings throughout the season, he made it to the chase on a high berth. The last time he had a high berth and he made it to the chase, guess what he did? He won the championship and was able to beat out Destroyer and the White Hammer to do so. Now, obviously, that's been quite some time ago. But the fact that he is finding this kind of success after years, literally, of not so much success, I think everyone needs to pay attention to that 18 where he is on the racetrack, not only for your immediate safety on the racetrack and preventing yourself from getting, wrecked or something, but overall, what you're going to be able to do with him in the postseason. I think he is someone you need to keep your eye out on. Slothy, you still can't say nothing. Don't say a word. I want to hear no comments from you about you. Okay, we're going to go to the next driver. And now you can talk, Slothy, because we're going to talk about Amari. He has been an enigma. He is just, where has he come from? I don't understand where he has come from, but this dude has won a race. He's finished 2nd in another race. He has turned it on, especially when you compare what he did last season and his rookie season. He is sitting 4th place in points. He's only 49 points out of the lead. He is really, really close to 3rd place. He's gained 2 positions on the season. Guys, are you impressed with what Amari has done this season so far?
I am very surprised what he's done this year because he's actually, I think he was racing with Stuart Haas last year, wasn't he?
I think through the early parts, and then he was removed.
Yeah, he went
to put it nicely.
Yeah, he went to Penske and racing on his own team. Yeah, so with him doing what I used to do in a 2-car, I would say, where did he come from?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Where did he come from, Speedy? Does this impress you at all, or is this something that we should pay attention to, or will this go away as the season progresses?
Um, I'm not surprised about it. He is showing. I am impressed with how he has progressed this year. Last year it was really rough with him, in my opinion. Uh, but now that he's gotten away from the few people he was with at the start of the season last season, how he's calmed down. He's racing cleaner, racing better, showing a lot of speed just like he had last season. He's he could be um, surprising anybody as long as he can keep it up because he's got talent, he's got speed. He's just got to keep a cool head and just continue doing what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah. I was thoroughly surprised when he snuck up front and was able to hold off Ghost Train for that win at Auto Club, and then to turn around and back it up with such a good finish at the Roval after struggling early in that race. I think one thing that also hurt him last season was attendance, but his attendance has been almost perfect this season, or has been perfect really this season, and I think he just if he can keep it up, I think he'll do. Do pretty well. I really do think he'll do pretty well. All right, let's talk about our next driver. No surprise that he's in the top five, and that's the 14 of Nightfall, also an SHR Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Already has a win. He won the Daytona 500, which shocked me to death because if there was any weakness in his overall racing talent, it was the restrictor plates and just the timing of getting involved in wrecks or whatnot. But he was able to cap off a really dominant finish there. But I tell you what, it just to me at least doesn't feel like he quite has a grasp on the season yet. He hasn't put his mark on the season. How much has the difference and increase of talent and difficulty affected Nightfall's overall performance?
Uh, his talent, his difficulty is well, it's a lot more better than because I've been saying saying like at Daytona, where'd he come from when his Church Plate program was no good, no good. He wasn't like me. He wasn't like say like Cookie, the Stricter Plate King they call him.
Okay, now.
Yeah, but I think his Stricter Plate program's picked up just a little bit, but I ain't gonna say 100% it's there because we still got another Stricter Plate race to go. We got Talladega coming up, and then I think we got another Daytona race after that. After that, now if he could win another Stricter Plate race, then I'll say he's got everything figured out.
Okay, Speedy. Same question to you. How much has the influx of the more talent affected his overall performance?
Um, I think he's having to try harder. Trying to stay. He's got to try to stay more consistent and everything, just like everybody does. Because yes, the talent has really grown throughout the seasons, and as we keep changing games and progressing. Um, but that's just like anybody. Everybody's got their own challenges trying to keep up with all these new drivers that are fast, are talented. Um, we'll just have to see what happens.
All right, we definitely keep both eyes on Nightfall at all times because this is a driver who can get hot in a hurry, and when he does, he can put wins up by months and by
Yeah.
races. So you definitely have to know where this 14 car is at all times. And let's round out our top six with our defending champion, and he's in a custom car, so we're sorry that we can't show you his exact car that he's running.
It's in the
So,
54.
but it is in the 54, and so we'll just get a glorious look at the 27 while we talk about the 54. How about that? So anyway, and that is Paintbrush. He is winless so far for the season. Not the best finishes when we look at his stats so far. He's got one pole, three top tens in this race so far. Um, what has changed? Well, how much has, or let me ask this question: how much has winning the title changed what he's been able to do on the racetrack, if at all?
Go ahead, Speedy.
Um, it's still really challenging. Yeah, he's got really good speed. He's very talented driver. Um, he's had some struggles. I believe he's been caught up in several wrecks and whatnot throughout the season so far. He's just gotta work on that luck. Try to get out of the bad luck and avoid the wrecks and stuff, and continue being getting faster and being there when it counts.
Yeah, I will back you up on that, Speedy, because yeah, he does have the speed on him, but he's just got in so many wrecks this first three races that he'll have to at least finish top tens and top fives. Like he comes back and finishes just like fourth at the rope. But if he can salvage top fives, top ten finishes, I think he's gonna have a shot at the championship again.
Yeah, we keep an eye on Paintbrush. It was really awesome to see him win a championship last season. But one thing I told him in the off season was, hey, congratulations, but this new season is going to be different because now everyone's gunning for you. You're top dog, and everyone is going to be looking at what you did last season and trying to stop everything that you did last season from happening. And you cannot take a, well, I just won the championship, so this race doesn't matter approach. It has to be like you did not win the championship. You have to keep that same aggression or be more aggressive in order to stay on top of the rest of these drivers because they're coming. And one thing we have seen is just in every position the influx of talent. Last season, one of the big things was you knew when the race started. Let's say we had 13 to start. You knew when the race started that if you just ran your race, you were going to get at least seventh. Because 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th were drivers that had no business in the Cup Series, rookie drivers or drivers that just weren't at that level. So you just knew, okay, I know I'm going to get at least a seventh. And so that narrowed the field. You only had to worry about a certain amount of cars. So that's not the case this time. This time round, you mess up, you're looking at a bad finish. And the fact that we're also getting, 99 to 90% attendance here. We're getting 14, 15, drivers every week. Now every position matters, and now you really can walk away with very few points in a race if you finish poorly. And so it makes it really tough now. Strategy is more important. Um, Positioning is more important. Everything is means so much more this season, and certain drivers have adapted really well, and then certain drivers have not had the fortune that they thought they would have or anticipated coming into this season. It has really been fun, but challenging for many. And if there was one driver, guys, in the bottom of the point standings, 7th on down to 15th, that you could pick that started off slow, but you can see moving up through the point standings, which one would that be? Sloppy.
I have to go with the chain. I want to know where his speed is because I've been practicing with him every day. I just want to know where what I taught him out there. Where's it at? because I know he's got the capabilities of going top threes, top fours in every race. Yeah, but he just needs to get up on the wheel and let the car come to him.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he's going to have some thoughts about that one. Let me tell you, that's but hey, I'll let you deal with that. Those were the words out of your mouth. I'm just gonna move on from that one. Speedy, what are your thoughts about that?
About what?
And you can choose
I
yourself.
missed it. I'm sorry.
Um, if there's any driver that is out the seventh place on back, that you can see moving up through the point standing as the season progresses, that started off slow, who would that be?
I don't want to be biased, um, so I'm not gonna be. Um, I'm gonna say probably you. Um, I mean, it could be any of us guys that have had a rough start of the season, been involved in some wrecks, had some bad luck, missed races for any reason. Um, but as the season progresses, hopefully we'll be able to avoid the bad luck. Be able to be there at the races when we need to be there, and because we all have the speed, we all have the talent. We just gotta be able to be there and show it, and avoid the bad luck.
Yeah, I would say so. And I'm since you weren't biased, I'm not gonna be biased. But I tell you what, I am not happy with the point standings and where I sit. 105 points out of the lead. Hey, but I gained one position. But I tell you what, if there's any driver that I'm looking at here that I'm hoping right now can rebound. And when I say rebound, I don't mean that he's gonna come flying from the bottom all the way up to first place by the end of the season. But we're talking about rebound right here. It's got to be this guy right here, Austin Dillon. No, I mean Beloved Car. Beloved has got to be. He's got to be more aggressive. He's got to get his success that he's having in the X Series and Truck Series to translate to the Cup. And the reason why I say that is this season, he's got to buy. No matter what happens, he's in the series. He's going to be able to run every race that he attends. No matter where he sits, even if we start to get more drivers into the Cup Series and he falls out of the top 16, he's still going to run. But what that also means is this dude could miss the chase. And if he's not careful, he could miss the top 10. And then all of a sudden, next season, he finds himself in the qualifier. And that's not a place that Beloved wants to be. He's put together a really, really good streak of being at, getting through the qualifier and being at, in the series every season. For the past 3 or 4 seasons now, he's done really, really well. Don't break that streak. Pull it together. Obviously, we know road courses are not that big with him. He's like another terrier, but you got to pull together and get good finishes. Get some decent finishes. Get some top 5. You need top 5s because with the talent that's in this league right now and with the talent that we are seeing in the trucks and in the X Series, in a very, very quick amount of time, if Beloved cannot turn his season around, get himself into the top 12, get some top 5s, we could be talking about how we miss Beloved in the Cup Series because he won't be there. He won't be in the Cup Series. He'll be in the hot seat waiting for his opportunity and battling to just try to stay relevant simply because of what's the talent that we have now in the league. So Beloved's got to pull it together. I'm rooting for the 3 car. I want to see the 3 car do what he did last season where he had the chance to make the Final 4.
I completely agree
All
with
right.
you on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Speedy. I'm sorry.
I said I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on him and see what he's able to do. For those that want to know about our next couple races in the Cup Series, they mirror the X Series quite a bit. Watkins Glen, Martinsville under the lights, Las Vegas Iowa, Kansas, ISM, Indianapolis are our next races that we will be going to in the Cup Series. They should be fun. Our last road course for a while in Watkins Glen. So we'll be getting back to the ovals after Watkins Glen, which you will see on Sunday on Twitch channel Mordecai Beast 42. I hope I got that right. Mordecai Beast 42. You get a chance to check him out on Twitch. But if not, then you can check out the races on KMR TV 105 The Drive. So be sure to do that on our official YouTube channel of KMR. If you are interested at any point in time in running KMR, by all means, please sign up for KMR and get a seat now. Yes, it is not too late to run KMR with us. If you have an Xbox, please message me, Sam Cook 2728 and a bunch of other numbers. Yeah.
Or message me.
2728-785 or message
Back in
Black or message Speedy 12 Driver and let us know, and we can get you in, and you can run as soon as later on today, since for me it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's for me, same thing.
You know. All right, real quick before we conclude team points, SHR 550 was able to break away after that performance at the Roval. CMR falls to 400 points, still with second place. JGR 380 points, guys, and Team Penske inching 285. Team points really heating up for the top four. Can SHR hang on to win the team points for a second straight season, or will one of these other teams be able to catch these guys? What are your thoughts on that, real fast?
I think CMR's got a good shot. I'm not gonna be biased because I run as JGR, but I think CMR can get a good shot at it to go get that Stewart-Haas crew, because they've been having good spots. But us, after the road course races, we go back to mile and a half, where we could really see some action out of the CMR guys.
I'm hoping, kind of being a little bit biased, but CMR, I'm hoping we'll be able to everybody show up, everybody get some good finishes, get our team points like we need to. Yeah, it's hard to catch a team that started out with 50 extra points, but we can still do it. But we gotta try not to use our team points and just try to get our good finishes. Show everybody, all of the teams, show up at the races. But also, any other team can do it. They get everybody to show up. Everybody get good team finishes. Anybody can come and knock SHR off the podium if they start having bad luck, or just outrun them. Either way.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. 210 points is the highest points value right now that the leader has in the Cup standings. Remember, 600 points caps the season in points. So 400 points left before the start of the chase. That could come relatively quickly if certain drivers stay hot. So stay tuned. This has been the Speed Report. We want to thank Slothy for visiting us for a second straight episode. We should have our full crew next time for the Speed Report, and I promise it'll be earlier on in the day and earlier on in the week. And we'll try to have our original Speed crew, Speed B and Speedy, as well as Fracture Chain and Mordecai, to break down some of the things that have happened in the season. Watkins Glen and Martinsville is what you can expect later on tonight, or tomorrow. Later on Saturday, you'll get a chance to see Martinsville in the trucks, Xfinity 2 or X Series to Watkins Glen, and then the Cup Series will also be at Glen. So guys, we thank you for joining us, and please have a good night.